Controversial, election denying, and frankly some other adjectives I could use. MAGA Congresswoman Lauren Boebert may be getting nervous with her political career suddenly at risk. 5 weeks before the midterms, her Democratic challenger in Colorado surging to within striking distance. Adam Frisch now just 2 points behind, 47 to 45%, a 5-point swing just since the summer. The numbers come from a Democratic polling firm known for being among the most accurate in the state. Along with extremists like Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene, Boebert vaulting to national attention with a mix of aggressive trolling, anti-gay comments, and race baiting. Courting controversy by posting a Christmas card of her young children wielding rifles, spreading the offensive lie that schools are, quote, grooming children. Part of the Big Lie Caucus, reportedly meeting in the Oval Office before January 6th to discuss how Pence could block certification, and coming under a barrage of criticism for statements like these.
It's supremacy of gays and lesbians and transvestites.
The church is supposed to direct government, not the opposite way.
I look to my left, and there she is, Ilhan Omar. Oops. And I said, well, she doesn't have a backpack. We should be fine.
Rape victims need abortions. Wrong. They needed a Glock 19 when it happened.
These are the criminal aliens. We're talking terrorists that are coming through our nation's border.
Boebert later apologizing for her comments about Congresswoman Omar, but of course she hasn't apologized for much else. Joining me now is Adam Frisch, the Democratic challenger to Lauren Boebert in Colorado's 3rd Congressional District. Thank you so much for being here. Listen, nationally, Boebert is a lightning rod, but are voters in the district more concerned with substantive issues like economy, inflation, and abortion rights versus Boebert's performative politics?
Katie, thanks for having me. Your introduction is exactly why I decided to get into this race back in February. People want the circus to stop, and the members and the citizens of CD3 are looking for someone else besides Lauren Boebert and her mentor, Marjorie Taylor Greene. I say that they're the leaders of the entertainment industry, and I think people are sick and tired of that. They want people to focus on water. They want to focus on people's women's health care, reproductive freedom rights. They want to focus on getting inflation under control and making sure there is good funding for schools, especially in the rural parts of our district. And the vast majority of our district is rural. We are larger. The district is larger than the entire state of Pennsylvania. And so I'm putting thousands of miles every week on the road to get out there. And yes, exactly. They want to hear about kitchen table issues, not this nonsense that this entertainment industry is spending so much time tweeting about and focusing on.
Adam, you call yourself a conservative Democrat, saying that you're pro-business and you're pro-energy. Do you believe with that approach you're going to be able to peel off some of those MAGA voters?
We already are peeling them off. We're building a bipartisan coalition. I call it the Pro-Normal Party. I'm very proud of being pro-business and moderate and pragmatic. My goal is to obviously make sure that we work in a bipartisan manner, and that's what the ranchers and the farmers and the small business community members of our district want. They just want someone to focus on them. They have not had anyone focus on them since Representative Boebert got into office. Her top 3 issues are herself, herself, and herself.
The polling that we showed earlier in the introduction to your segment has you closing the gap since the summer. What do you think accounts for that kind of progress in that specific window of time?
Well, your summary, opening summary in this segment is exactly what people are digesting. I've always thought about 40% of the Republican Party across the country wants their party back. And Lauren Boebert is not representing that part of that party. And we need about a 4th or a 5th of those former voters of hers to come over and join us. And I'm trying to make it very easy to let them know that I'm going to be focused on the district, on water. And my question I'm asking everyone as I go around to the Chamber of Commerce's and meet with a lot of rational people on either side of the aisle, as well as I was an independent voter for 20 years. And 43% of the voters are independent or unaffiliated, as we call them in Colorado. And they just want someone who's going to take the job seriously. And the question I ask everyone is, who do you want sitting down in the halls of Congress at these meeting rooms representing you and your family and your community and your business? And there's something to be said about competency.
And finally, Adam, what's your message to skeptics? You know, those who are saying it's a Trump district. They point to political forecasts like this from 538 that's giving Boebert a 98% chance to win, regardless of the recent polling that has you narrowing that distance between you and Lauren Boebert.
Well, I love 538 with all due respect. There's always one or two races that shock the country, and this is going to be the emotional win for the country. When I looked at this race back in November, and Boebert said something along the lines of what you showed up in your introduction, I saw that Marjorie Taylor Greene, Jim Jordan, Matt Gaetz, Mo Brooks, the rest of those extremists that are very well known, all had between 65 and 75% of the vote in the general election in 2020. Lauren Boebert only had 51% of the vote. She did not win her home county. Those that know her don't care for her, and a lot more people know her now than before. To be fair, the district has become a little bit more R, but Boebert would have received about 54% of the vote. With all due respect to all of the other candidates that are running against these brand name extremist Republicans, I do believe that when people look at the math, we're the only, I wish it wasn't the case, but we're the only place of the 435 places where we're going to have a chance to defeat an extremist in Congress. And on November 8th, it's going to be an emotional win for the country, not just the Democratic Party.
Well, it sounds like to me, Adam Frisch, that you have more than just a little bit of a chance if those numbers ring true. We thank you for joining us tonight, and we wish you luck with your race.
Thanks, Katie. Have a great evening.
I should mention, yes, and I should mention the Beat has also invited Congresswoman Boebert on to discuss the campaign, but she obviously declined.